So I got a confession. When I was helping my first 100 clients break into data, I always caught myself saying the same exact thing I always say. Just apply to entry-level jobs. But then I stopped because I realized I sounded like one of those toxic positivity influencers who just keep saying, just manifest it, bro. Except that it just doesn't work. Because entry-level jobs, they don't exist anymore. Or more accurately, they do exist, but only for the people who don't really need them. They're like gym memberships. They sound accessible until you realize you need to already be shredded to show up without any shame. Let me explain. I'm sure you come across job descriptions like this. Entry-level data analyst, open to juniors, but you must have 3 years of experience. You should be proficient in Python, SQL, Tableau, Looker, everything in the world. You must have experience communicating with senior stakeholders, background in business, statistics, computer science, and more recently, I saw one that says 10 years of experience in LLMs, Gemini, and ChatGPT. Like, you're not really looking for a junior anymore. You're looking for Gandalf with a Tableau dashboard. Do you know what? 61% of entry-level jobs now require 3 years of experience. Let that sink in. A job designed for someone starting out requires them to already be halfway through their career. This isn't just bad labeling, it's systematic delusion. And companies aren't just looking for new graduates anymore, they're looking for fully formed, plug-and-play employees they don't really have to train, manage, or support. And what do they call it? Entry level. No wonder why everyone's confused now. And meanwhile, every job board and influencer is screaming out there to say, keep applying, keep pushing, it's gonna happen. But no one really stops to ask, what exactly am I applying to? Let me introduce you to Priya. She did everything right. Masters in data science, 15 data analytics certificates from Coursera, Udemy, whatever. Kaggle competitions, hackathons, networking events, career fairs, everything, you name it. She applied to 50 jobs every day and got 0 interviews. And when she came to me, she asked, Tuan, what am I missing? I followed the playbook, and that was really the problem. The playbook is broken because it was designed for a version of the job market that doesn't exist anymore. And today's hiring landscape doesn't really reward education or enthusiasm. It rewards proof of value. And that means your projects need to look real. Your communication needs to sound confident, and your presence, well, needs to be findable. Not just professional, but persuasive. If you don't look like you can do the job tomorrow morning, you're probably not going to get a call tonight. Let's take a look behind the scenes for a minute. A recruiter posts a junior data analyst role and 500 people apply in one night. And they've got 10 minutes to shortlist the candidates the next day. What do you think that happens? They scan for keywords, popular tools, matching job titles, whatever they can find as experience. And if your resume doesn't fit in the little box, you're gonna get ignored. You could be an amazing data nerd, but if your LinkedIn headline says aspiring data analyst and your resume starts with highly motivated recent graduate, you're toast. Because they're not looking for someone they should train. They're looking for someone who could do the job yesterday. And that's why so many talented data nerds often get ghosted. It's not about potential, it's about perception. And perception can be shaped. So here's what we do with Priya. We didn't just tweak her resume, we re-engineered her story. We started off by building 3 solid portfolio projects. A revenue dashboard in Tableau tailored for a mid-sized e-commerce startup, an SQL case study based on actual churning metrics from a fitness app, and a Python automation script that replaced manual Excel reporting for a small NGO. But we didn't just make this up out of nowhere. We tailored each project to the exact industry she was applying to: fintech, e-commerce, and health tech. Each portfolio project had the tone, the use case, the metrics that resonated with hiring managers within that industry, because that's what they really want. And here's the thing. She got those use cases by reaching out to her network, friends, family, and even some people she just bumped in once or twice in university. She offered to help them with data problems for free, and she treated it like actual freelance work. And make sure she delivered everything like it was actual clients. Not just what she built, but why it mattered. So it's project briefs, documentations, data sources, insights, and summaries. Everything was right on time. She didn't call them passion projects, she called them deliverables. Because recruiters don't really care if you got paid. They only care whether it looks like you can deliver value. And instead of applying for 50 jobs a day, Priya reached out directly. She joined data communities that could actually help her, messaged hiring managers on LinkedIn to genuinely connect with them to learn about their journey, get some feedback on her profile and how she can improve herself. She even started posting on LinkedIn, showing her dashboards, breaking down her SQL challenges, reflecting on what she learned. People then started to notice, and when people saw her work, they engaged, they responded, they shared her profile within their team. Because people like to help people who help themselves. Then we practiced. Mock interviews, storytelling, presentation skills, stakeholder demos, the list goes on. We started answering questions like, walk me through your dashboard. What insights did you find? What would you improve with more time or data? Every answer got tighter, every story more confident. So she went from having robotic, generic answers to actual conversations. And she just went from having generic, robotic answers to having genuine conversations with people. And within 3 weeks, she landed 5 interviews. And within 5 weeks, she got 3 job offers. One of which have been ghosting her for months. They didn't recognize her just for her resume. They remembered her because they knew who she was. Entry level isn't a title, it's a perception. You don't need permission to act like a professional. You need evidence, presence, and communication. That's how you change your odds. Because where the rules make no sense, the smartest thing you can do is play a different game. And that game starts with building something real. Because once you can prove you can create impact, you stop waiting for someone to hand you permission. You become undeniable. And you can get that job. If you feel stuck, lost, or shut out by the job market, you are not broken. The system is. And here's the thing, systems can be hacked. So instead of sending out your 300th job application for today, ask yourself, what can I build? Who can I help? And how can I actually show that I know how to work with data and not just say it? Because the job doesn't always go to the person who checks every box. It goes to the person who's already acting like they're in the room. So be a proud data nerd and show off what you can do. And if you like this video, do me a favor and click the big red button, unless if it's white right now, whichever one says subscribe. I'm trying something new right now and I'd really appreciate your help. So until then, catch you in the next one.